Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into something we almost all do. But if we're being honest, very few of us actually understand. We're talking about buying a car. But more importantly, we're zeroing in on exactly how smart buyers avoid massive, hidden financial loss. Because, if you think just affording a monthly payment means you can afford the car, well, buckle up, because this explainer might completely shatter that illusion.
Section 1, the showroom illusion.
Okay, picture this. You are standing inside a gorgeous car dealership. The bright, polished lights are gleaming right off the hood of that car. You can literally smell that intoxicating new leather. There's a giant, crisp touchscreen just sitting there waiting to be tapped. You're completely captivated, right? And right at that exact moment, the salesperson leans in, gives you a reassuring smile, and says, this one is only $650 a month. And just like magic, that massive $48,000 sticker price, it completely vanishes from your mind. It doesn't sound scary anymore. $650? That feels like a breeze. Honestly, it fits your budget perfectly. But let's step out of the fantasy for a second and fast forward. 5 years go by. That new car smell? Oh, it is long gone. You've been diligently paying that innocent little monthly fee every single month, which means you've now handed over nearly $39,000 in payments. And here is the brutal reality check. That beautiful car? It's now only worth around $22,000. Yeah, you didn't really buy a car. You rented your financial future. That monthly payment is essentially just a clever disguise. It's designed to make the initial price feel so much smaller, completely masking the true cost of what you actually just signed up for. Section 2, Unmasking the Hidden Machine. Okay, let's dive into this. To truly become a smart buyer, we've got to unmask this hidden machine. See, the monthly payment is a brilliant psychological trick. It minimizes the perceived cost while totally hiding the massive financial engine that's running in the background. Because when you sign those papers, you think you're buying one thing, right? A car. But you're actually buying 6 different things. Number 1 is the car itself, the metal, the engine, the tech. And that's actually the only thing you can physically see. But you are also buying financing, which means paying for interest and bank fees. Number 3 is insurance, which definitely costs thousands over time. 4, fuel. 5, maintenance, think oil changes and tires. And finally, number 6, depreciation. 5 out of those 6 things are totally invisible drains on your wallet. So let's look at how this plays out in the real world. Imagine 2 people buying the exact same SUV. Same model, same color, same engine, the whole shebang. But one pays cash and the other finances it for 7 years. Now, the physical car is identical, but the ownership experience, it couldn't be more different. One buyer loses thousands of dollars to the bank in interest, while the cash buyer keeps all that money securely in their own pocket. And when you really start stacking up those invisible drains, adding in the insurance, the fuel, the maintenance, the taxes, and the parking, something genuinely terrifying happens. That innocent $650 payment we talked about earlier, it quietly morphs into nearly $1,100 every single month. Section 3, the real cost breakdown. Now, what's really interesting about this breakdown is the hard, undeniable math. Let's look under the hood of that purchase to see what's really going on. You start with the $48,000 purchase price, boom. Add $3,600 in sales tax and $900 for registration. Now add $2,400 a year for insurance, $2,900 a year for fuel, $1,100 a year for maintenance. Oh, and if you financed it, that is nearly $10,000 in loan interest over the life of the loan. The numbers just mercilessly stack up, year after year. So I really have to ask you to think about this for a second. Did you actually buy a $48,000 car? Or did you just sign up for a $70,000 plus ownership experience? When you look at it this way, the fantasy completely shatters, doesn't it? The purchase price on the window is really just the entrance fee. Seriously, if you follow the money from that single purchase, just look at who gets a piece of the pie. The dealer earns a profit, the manufacturer earns a profit, the bank gets your interest, the insurance company collects premiums, then there's the fuel company, the government taxes, the repair shop, the tire company, the oil company, and the parking company. 10 different businesses are getting paid from your one car. Everyone profits, except your future self. Section 4, the rolling loss. Now we're shifting gears to the real villain of this explainer. It isn't the manufacturing costs, it's not the taxes, it's the ultimate wealth killer. We call it the rolling loss. And by definition, this means paying full price for something that becomes less valuable every single day. Most people think cars are expensive because they're these massive, complex machines, but actually no. The biggest financial loss by far is depreciation. The second you drive a brand new car off the lot, its resale value immediately drops. Every single month, even while you are actively writing a check to the bank, the car loses value. It silently drains your wealth from the inside out.
Section 5. How smart buyers avoid loss. Let's move to our next point and see how this all builds up into a winning strategy.
So, how do smart buyers actually navigate this minefield and avoid that loss? Well, it starts with a really simple comparison. Imagine instead of spending that $1,100 every month on an expensive new SUV, you bought a reliable used car. Your monthly ownership cost drops dramatically to around $550. That is a stark $550 monthly difference. And to a smart buyer, that isn't just extra spending money for the weekend. That is capital. It's literal capital that can be invested for long-term compounding.
And this brings us to a really profound concept. The hidden cost of an expensive car isn't just the money you spend every month. It is the wealth you never build. That is your opportunity cost. When your money is tied up in something that is constantly losing value, it just cannot be put to work in investments that grow in value.
So, how do you flip the script? Well, smart buyers completely ignore the monthly payment. They literally don't care if the salesman says it's only $650 a month. Instead, they ask this single, powerful question: how much value disappears every year? They look straight at depreciation. Some cars bleed value like crazy, while others hold it beautifully. The smartest buyers focus entirely on what the asset retains, not what it costs them on a monthly basis.
And this brilliantly illustrates the exact difference between these two approaches. Let's compare two friends with the exact same income. Ahmed buys the brand new SUV. After 5 years, he has spent roughly $66,000 to keep it running, and he's left with a car worth maybe $22,000. Ollie, on the other hand, buys a reliable used sedan for $550 a month. He takes the remaining $550 he saved and invests it. After those same 5 years, Ollie has a perfectly fine car, plus he has built meaningful wealth and investments right alongside it. Same income, different decisions, a very, very different future. So let's bring it back to that shiny showroom one last time. You're standing there, the lights are bright, the salesperson is smiling at you, but now your worldview should be permanently altered because you know the truth. You aren't buying a monthly payment. You are buying depreciation, interest, insurance, fuel, and maintenance. You are buying every single financial consequence that follows that signature. That monthly payment is really nothing more than a disguise for the wealth you're giving up. So the next time you are faced with a major financial purchase, I want you to look right past that shiny exterior and ask yourself, are you buying a car or are you renting your future?